Clapperboard, the story of Walt Disney, the man who brought magic to life. Once upon a time, in the small town of Marceline, Missouri, a little boy named Walt Disney was born in 1901. From the moment he could hold a pencil, Walt loved to draw. He drew animals, people, and the world around him, not as it was, but as he imagined it could be. Even when times were hard, his imagination was bright and full of life. Walt's childhood was not easy. His family didn't have much money. His father, Elias Disney, was a strict man who believed in hard work and discipline. Walt often had to wake up before sunrise to deliver newspapers in the freezing cold before going to school. But after finishing his chores, he would sit quietly and draw for hours. His drawings became his escape, his way to dream beyond the small farm where he grew up. When Walt was just a teenager, he heard about a new form of art: animation, moving pictures that brought drawings to life. He was amazed. He thought, if I can make people smile with my drawings, imagine what I could do if they moved. Walt's journey was full of ups and downs. At age 16, he wanted to fight in World War I, but he was too young. So he lied about his age and joined the Red Cross as an ambulance driver in France. Even there, he covered his ambulance with cartoons and drawings. He couldn't stop creating no matter where he was. When the war ended, Walt returned to America with a dream. He wanted to make animated films. He started a small studio in Kansas City called Laugh-O-Gram Studios. He worked day and night, drawing, animating, and telling stories. But success didn't come easily. The studio went bankrupt, and Walt lost everything. He had no money, no home, and only a few coins left in his pocket. But Walt Disney didn't give up. He took a one-way train to Hollywood with just $40 and a suitcase full of drawings. He believed he could still make his dream come true. He started a new company with his brother Roy Disney, and together, they created short animated films. Then came a character that changed everything: Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. The audience loved Oswald. But when Walt went to renew his contract, the company that distributed his films stole his character and most of his animators. He lost almost everything again. It was a painful lesson, but it led to his greatest creation. On a long train ride back to California, Walt began sketching a new character, a small, cheerful mouse with big round ears. He called him Mortimer Mouse. But his wife, Lillian, said the name sounded too serious. She suggested another name, Mickey. And that's how Mickey Mouse was born. In 1928, Mickey made his first appearance in a short film called Steamboat Willie. It was the first cartoon with synchronized sound, and it became an instant success. People all over the world fell in love with Mickey's charm and laughter. Walt Disney was finally living his dream. But he didn't stop there. He wanted to do something that had never been done before: a full-length animated movie. Everyone told him it was impossible. Critics called it Disney's folly. They said no one would sit through a cartoon movie. But Walt believed in his dream. He worked for years, often sleeping in his studio. His team of artists painted every frame by hand. Thousands and thousands of drawn. In 1937, his masterpiece was released. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It was the world's first full-length animated feature film. People laughed, cried, and cheered. Snow White became a huge success and made history. From that day, Walt Disney became a symbol of imagination and courage. He built his company bigger and bigger, creating classic movies like Pinocchio, Bambi, Cinderella, and Peter Pan. Each film was a piece of magic. But Walt had another dream, something even more magical. He wanted a place where children and parents could have fun together. Not just a park with rides, but a world of fantasy and happiness. People said it was impossible. Too expensive, they said. No one will come, they laughed. But Walt didn't listen. He once said, "If you can dream it, you can do it." And in 1955, after years of hard work, Disneyland opened in California. It was a place where fairy tales came to life. Children ran through castles, parents smiled like kids again, and everyone felt a little bit of magic in the air. On opening day, Walt said, "To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land." The world had never seen anything like it before. Even after all his success, Walt never stopped dreaming. He began planning Disney World in Florida, a place even bigger, with new technology and ideas for the future. Sadly, Walt passed away in 1966, before it was completed. He was only 65 years old.
But his dream didn't die.
His brother Roy finished the project and named it Walt Disney World in honor of the man who started it all. Today, millions of people visit Disney parks every year. They watch Disney movies, hum Disney songs, and believe even for a moment in magic. Walt Disney once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." And that's what his life was all about, the power of courage, creativity, and never giving up. From a poor boy with a pencil to the creator of a world full of wonder, Walt Disney proved that imagination has no limits. And that is the story of Walt Disney, the man who brought magic to life.